The man tore off his shirt while running, then leaped directly into the ocean. In the next moment, he was speeding through the water at an astonishing pace. Arthur was a fisherman who had grown up by the ocean and made his living from the sea his entire life. Not only could he move incredibly fast underwater, but he could also breathe beneath the surface. A few minutes earlier, Mike had scattered a handful of white rice into the seawater, then poured a spoonful of peanut oil into the water. They discovered that while the rice grains floated on the surface, the oil sank to the ocean floor. Based on feng shui principles from tomb raiding lore, Jack speculated that treasure might be hidden beneath these waters. They immediately boarded a submersible to investigate. They discovered an underwater world covered in coral reefs. When they descended to the ocean floor, Mike was attacked by a strange fish that crashed directly into his submersible, cracking it open. With seawater about to flood the interior, Mike had no choice but to kick out the shattered glass and escape the vessel. The lack of oxygen and immense water pressure caused him to lose consciousness, but Arthur safely rescued him back to the deck. However, Mike insisted on diving again. Underwater, he vaguely spotted the shadow of a shipwreck. To avoid another shark encounter, Casey brought out an ancestral tomb raiding artifact, the shark-repelling pearl. When it came into contact with seawater, it dissolved and released a scent that could drive away sharks and sea monsters. They split into two groups. Sam and Arthur were responsible for collecting rainbow pearls from giant clams, while Mike, Casey, and Charlie used the submersible to reach the shipwreck location. To their astonishment, they discovered ruins of an ancient site near the shipwreck. Charlie found a statue and curiously reached out to touch it. To his shock, the statue began to move, instantly transforming into an enormous dragon. The awakened dragon wrapped its body around them. Just as it was about to attack Charlie, his flashlight suddenly flickered back to life, repelling the dragon's assault. The three quickly fled the deep sea and swam back to the boat. By then, Sam and Arthur had returned from pearl diving, bringing back a giant clam. When they pried it open, they were stunned to find a tiny mermaid inside, its entire body radiating a magical glow. They ultimately returned the giant clam to the ocean. However, the awakened dragon had already locked onto their position. Just as it was preparing to attack, they encountered a massive whirlpool. They, along with the dragon, were pulled into the vortex. Fortunately, the water below cushioned the impact, allowing them to survive the ordeal. Just as they were preparing to gather supplies and leave, a backpack containing pearls fell into the water during the transfer. Sam immediately jumped into the ocean to retrieve it. The next second, a shark dragged him underwater. Arthur instantly dove in after him. Suddenly, his spine underwent a transformation. His speed dramatically increased, closing the gap with the shark. He grabbed the shark's dorsal fin and repeatedly stabbed its back, successfully rescuing Sam and returning to the lifeboat. At that moment, Charlie accidentally discovered the mysterious tattoo on Arthur's back.